we not beknownst to ourselves or unbeknownst to ourselves said that to God at one time or another? Let me take all the smarts that you've given me. Let me take my sense of rationality. Let me take my technical skill. Let me take my artistry and let me do what I want to do with it rather than glorify your name. Let me take the inborn skill that is genetically mine and let me go and do with what I want to do with it. The Bible says the father did not begrudge him. Now, here's where we utilize our imagination. It took a few days for the young man to be seen off. I imagine that in those few days there was a discussion. Like any good father, he must have said to his son, "Son, this is the wrong decision for you to make. You have a right to make this decision. But son, this is the wrong decision for you to make. Son, what I really want for you is better than what you are going to get on your own. If you just hang out and learn the lessons you need to learn, you'll find yourself way more productive." And I can hear Uncle Charlie saying, let the boy just go on and make his own mistakes. Let's just let the boy go and, let him do what he's going to do. And I can hear the younger son saying, "Tell him, Uncle Charlie, tell him." So, after this discussion, he took off. And the Bible says that he found himself in a great far country. The Bible says it was a far country. Far from home. Don't we sometimes just want to go home? I feel that way. I feel that way. You all that work from 9 to 5, around 2:30. The 8 to 4:30 crowd, you know who you are. Right at about 2:30, you just want to go home. Because home is that place where you find peace. Home is that place where you have safety. Home is that place where you can just be you. And you don't have to kowtow, and you don't have to be somebody else, and you don't have to please everybody. Just let me go home. Even little children, if you stress them too badly, they'll tell you in a minute, "Take me." The most stressful place to be, ask any college student, is far from home. Thousands of miles from the place where you found yourself in arguments with your mom. Thousands of miles from the place where you find yourselves in arguments with your father. But you get yourself out there and you remember how good you had it when you didn't have to pay your own bills. You just roll to your room, slam the door, and everything is all right. Thousands of miles away, you just wish you could go home. This young man finds himself in what the Bible calls the far country. He found himself far away from home. Not only did he find himself far away from home, but he found himself completely removed from the social setting that stabilized him. Now I'm coming for all my church kids, because here I come. The sooner you accept that you are a church kid, and that's who you are, and that's what your mom and dad raised you to be, the happier you will be. The hardest thing to do is to be a church kid and find yourself in a far country, somewhere far away from home, and now you have to figure out how to relate to people who don't know what it is to clap your hands. They're human is not church humor. They don't know what it is to fall asleep under the pew. They don't find it funny at all that some sister just ran down the front aisle. Or that some brother is doing his dance and showing his colorful socks. They don't find that funny at all. But church kids get it. And the sooner we accept that that is who we are and that is what we are, the happier we will be. So he gets into the far country, and he gets into a place where three things happen to him. The first thing is he gets homesick. I'm not at home anymore. For the first few days, I'm sure he said, thank the Lord. But there came a time when he's trying to settle into this new social environment where he just wishes he could hear his father's voice, where he wishes he could just get into an argument with his brother one more time. And so now he's got to find himself comfort. He's got to find a way to comfort himself far from home. Now he's got to party because he doesn't have a way to stabilize himself. He's got to distract himself. Because he's far from home. He can't go home because he just told his father, I wish you were dead. Now he's got to get down with the get down. Even though he can't dance. Because the only dance he knows is the two-step. Because he was raised in church. He's got to go to the club on Saturday and hear somebody tell him, you don't belong here. I know you're trying to fit in with the fit in, but I can tell there's something about you do not belong here. Yeah. They used to tell me game recognized game, real knows real. And the real is you get in a far country if you want to, but everybody knows where you belong. And if they don't know where you belong, they sure know you don't belong. You trying to fake it? Getting out of hand? Getting out of sorts? Don't know how to control yourself? Because all you're doing is distracting yourself from the homesickness within. That's right. And what I'm telling you today is you are not sick of a place. You are not sick for a place. You are sick for Jesus. Because Jesus is your home. Jesus is where you have that acceptance. It's in Jesus that we find the central focus of all Christianity is Jesus. And without Jesus in the middle, as the middle wheel, the entire wheel falls apart immediately. We are not jumping and shouting and dancing in our churches simply because that's what we do.